Hello, am I audible? Okay, so let us start. So I am Om and welcome to week 9 live session of NPTEL's Digital System Design. So we will be covering in this we will be look we will be looking upon finite state machine and state graphs and the tables. So starting with the first question. So the basic theme of this whole assignment basically depends on two things. One is Mealy machine, second is Moore machine. And the basic difference, so if you have seen the videos, you know that in Mealy machine, output is dependent on present input. Whereas in Moore machine, output is independent of present input. So this is the only thing that we need to remember before trying to solve the assignment. So the only theoretical part, rest we can figure out as we go. So the first question is, what type of state machine is represented by the following circuit? So we have a D flip-flop, X is our input, Y is the output. So if we see here, so is our output Y dependent on input? Yes. So one thing is clear that Y, so if we can write also this is Q, this is as Y equal to XQ. Yeah. So Y is dependent on Q. So it definitely is a Mealy machine. So I think all the options sequence detector, we will look what sequence detector is. But so these two options are totally absurd, cannot be both. Moore machine, it is not. So answer is Mealy machine. So first question is very simple and theoretical. Just by looking at the output, we can see it is a Mealy machine. Okay, so let us move on to the next one. Which of the following is the correct representation of the state diagram for the above circuit? So above circuit was, we have X here, this was the circuit. So we have to figure out which is the correct state diagram for this. So first try it out, then we will solve it. So for drawing state diagram, what you should do is, let's say you have two states. Your present state is Q, your next state is Q plus, your output is Y, right? And since it is a Mealy machine, it will depend on input X, when X equal to 0, when X equal to 1. Similarly, X equal to 0, X equal to 1, what will be the output and the next state? This present state, next state, output. Okay, so you have, let's say, two states 0 and 1. Now you have to fill the rest of the table according to the analysis of this circuit. So try this out. Once you are able to make this, we will come to a state diagram. So sorry, have an unstable internet today. So let us look at this. So okay, let me take some other cutter. When x equals to let's say presently x q is 0, right? We are starting from here. Now if x equals to 0, what will happen here? This will become 1, then q will change to, in the next state will be 1. Sorry, yeah. And if x is 0, here it will be 0, so output will be 0. So when x is 0, our next state will be 1 and our output will be 0. Is there any doubt why I have written 1 and 0 here? Okay, similarly, let us do it for x equals to 0. Sorry, x equals to 1. X is 1. Uh, Sorry, just a minute. Yeah, so when x is 1, this will become 0. This output in the next state will remain as 0, right? And here it is 0, it is 1, so 0 and 1 will be again 0. So next state, if x equals to 1, the next state will be q plus will be 0 and output will also remain 0. So okay, so whenever you have doubt, please let me know. Now we are doing the analysis for when q is 1 and previous state was 1, input is 0, this will become 1, this will again remain 1, so 1 will be here, this is 0 here, so this will be 0. Now for x equals to 1, this will be 0, this will change to 0. Just a moment. Okay, yeah. So next input is 1, the present state is 1, q plus will be, this will become 0, q plus will change to 0. Why q plus will be 1? Yeah, so in a D flip flop, q plus equals to D, right? So in a D flip flop, there is no change in input and output. Whenever clock cycle comes, D will become a Q, the next state will be D. Okay, so here this is 1, Y will be 1. This will become 0. So one thing to be careful here is that here and we are doing of Q and X, not Q plus and X. Okay, so maybe I misrepresented in the first time. Okay, so is this table clear? Is there any state, any number which I have written is not clear? Okay, so now we have to make a state diagram out of it. So how to make a state diagram? Let's say we have two states. One is 0, another is 1, right? So simply this and this. Now if your input is, okay, let's start. Okay, so when your input is 0 and your output is also 0, your next state is 1. So your next state is 1 when your input is 0 and your output is also 0, right? So this means input, this means output, and this arrow tells you where you are going to the next state, the transition between one state to the other. Okay, then if x equal to 1, if input is 1, output is 0, and your state remains the same, so that means your input is 1, your output is 0, and you remain on the in the same state if input is 1 and output is 0. Okay, I'm losing Wi-Fi, just a minute. Yeah, so basically I was telling you are at state 0, your input is 1, you remain at state 0, and your output is 0. So you are at state 0, if input is 1, you remain at state 0, and your output is 0. Now we are at state 1, right? When we are at state 1, if input is 0, you remain at state 1 and your output is 0. So something like this. Similarly, when you are at state 1, your input is your input is 1, your state changes from 1 to 0. Your input is 1 and your output is also 1. So this is the state diagram. I think okay, I have miswritten this. This is 0. We have output is 1 only in this case, right? This is when you are at 1, your input is 0, you remain at state 1, and your output is also 0. So it is 0/0. This is input, this is output. So your answer is option C. Is the state diagram clear how we have drawn it? Okay. So the next question is theoretical. In a Mealy machine, the present output depends only on the present state. This is statement 1. Statement 2 is in the Moore machine, the present output depends on the present state as well as the present input. So what is the answer? So S1 is true. Okay. So if you remember, both are wrong. In Mealy, output depends on input. Moore, output is does not depend on input. Okay, so both of these are wrong. Is it clear, Nishant? Yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah, that is true. But okay, so this is true. So second, by this theory, we can discard that second is incorrect. But in Mealy, uh, output depends on present state. Only on present state, this is incorrect. It depends on present state as well as inputs also. Is this clear, Nishan? Okay, so next one is, so this is a little bit typical and goes into the application of the machines. In Moore machine, output is well synchronized with the clock and is independent of input glitches. Mealy machine changes with change in input even if clock is not triggered. What could be the answer? You remember Mealy? Okay, why? Why both are wrong? Okay, sorry. Yeah, so is it true or false? Okay, so if it is independent of input glitches, we know that output does not depend on input. So this is correct, right? The Moore machine is not dependent on input, so it does not care what is happening to the input. Your output will not depend on it. So this is true, right? First one. Any doubt why first one is true? Since Moore machine is independent of, right, independent of input. So if there are any glitches in input, it does not matter to the Moore machine, right? It is not concerned with input. Output is not depending on the input. So this is true. Now let us look at this one. The output of the Mealy machine changes with change in input even if clock is not triggered. So this is also true, right? If you remember, output is dependent both on present state as well as input. So there can be change. So just like in previous example we saw, right? This one. If you are, this is a Mealy machine. If present input is one, sorry, present state is, you're in state one. Just by changing input, you're not changing any state. You're not, for state change, clock is required. But for input, input can change at any time, irrespective of what is happening to the clock. So just by changing the input, you can go from 0 to 1. So even if clock is not triggered, input change may change your state. Um, is it clear, Jiban? You had said opposite, so is it getting clear? Okay, so basically, so what you can have, let's say you have some, in all these machines, you have some flip-flops and then some combinational circuits or anything. After that, you get output. So if input is being fed to this combinational circuit, right? If this is input, this is output. So flip-flops state will change only after it gets the clock pulse, right? But this output, let's say if it is 1, now if this input is 0 or this is 1, this output will still, even if clock is not being changed, this flip-flop remains at 1. This output will change from 0 to 1 depending just on the input, right? Is this clear? Clock will only change the state of, yes, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. If X input is 1, output is 1. But let's say clock does not change, flip-flop remains at 1, X input becomes 0, output will remain at 1. Yeah, output will change to 0, right? So output can change. No, no, this is not the question is saying. Question is saying that output of the machine, even if clock is not triggered, the output can change. Basically, that is the sense you have to take from here. It always may not be the case, not always, right? But in some cases, even if when clock is not varying, your output can change because in output is directly dependent on your input. So both S1 and S2 are true. So is this clear to everyone? Okay. Okay, choose the correct alternative from the following options for the assertion and reason. Assertion is the cost of designing a Moore sequential circuit is higher than that of Mealy circuit. And the reason for this is the number of states in the Moore state diagram is always greater than that of the states in a Mealy state diagram. Yeah. So basically, R is the reason behind the assertion, right? So if so, we can like so this is number of states in Moore are always greater than number of states in Mealy. So this is the fact we know. So we can relate states with cost, right? So assertion is also true, and this is in sense gives a proper res- uh, reasoning for the assumption. So both A and R are true. Yeah. So we will see example of this, like how Moore or state or diagram always has greater uh, number of states are greater than that of Mealy. So cost you can directly relate with state. So that is there. Okay. Is there any doubt in this? Can we go ahead? So now we have a state diagram of a sequence detector. We have to determine the sequence detected by the given finite state machine if A is the initial state. So you are starting from A. So if you look at it, you have to tell what is the sequence this sequence detector detects. Sorry. Yes, you're starting from here. Okay, so triple one is correct. So I think Nishant said 101. Sorry, I could not see. Okay, so it is not 101s, right? If you start here at 8, if your input is 1, you go to B. You If you have input 0, you go back to A. If you have 1, so 101 is definitely not correct. So in a sequence detector, your output will be 1 only when sequence you have detected. So if you see in this from A, you figure out, right, where the output is 1. Output is 1 here, right? So A to B you go, your input first input is 1. B to C you go, your input is 1. C to C you go, then your input is 1, then only your output is 1. So after 1, 1 and 1, your output has become 1, right? So that sequence that you are trying to detect is 1, 1 and 1. So in a sequence detector, always look for this, where the output is becoming 1. So this representation is input slash output. Always remember this. And you got 1 here, then you got 1 here, then still your output was 0. Then you got another 1, you got 1 here, then your output was 1. That means you have to detect 3 ones to get the output 1. Is it clear, Nishan? For the given input sequence, what will be the output of the given state diagram? So do you want to see the state diagram again? So let me. Okay, so try to answer this one. So this is fairly easy. Even without looking at the state diagram, you can answer this. Do we have an answer? Yeah. So output will be 1 when you detect 111 input sequence, correct? So till here there is no sequence, till here there is no sequence, till here you detected 111, your output will become 1. Here also these three are 111, your output will be 1, again 0, again 0, again 0, then 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So option A. You don't even need to look at the state diagram. So is it clear to all? Jiban, is it clear? Sorry, is it clear? Yes, yes. So we have so we have been looking at okay, so both of these questions are related, the previous one and this one. We're still talking about the sequence detector, which is used to detect 111, right? So we have seen that when there will be a sequence of 111, then only output will be 1. So we just have to see the input series. Whenever we get three ones, your output will be 1. Yes. Uh, yeah, that is true. That I do not know without the diagram. Yeah. This is overlapping. This 111, this 111. This is overlapping. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you can, yeah, that was a good point, Nishant and Jibin. So that we can determine by the analysis of the state diagram that this is, I think, overlapping. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. So next one, convert the given Mealy model to Moore model. Okay. So let me paste the diagram again. So this was the Mealy model. You have to convert it to Moore. So one thing we know is that definitely we will have one more state, right? And so all the four options have all four states. So that is one thing. Now, now, how to understand the state? Let's say we can write A is our initial, B when you have detected single one, C detected two ones, and D is detected 111. Right, so we will have four states A, B, C, and D, and we know the flow will be like this of output. So output here will be 0. Okay, let me write it like here it will also be 0, here it will also be 0. When we have detected 111, only then your output will be 1. So this will be 1, sorry. This much is clear, right? And for this your in should be 1, 1, and 1. So we need something like this where A, B, and C flow like 1, 1, and 1. So let's just see the example. So this also like this is like this is like this is also okay. So till now we have not eliminated anything. Okay, now let us consider one by one. If input is 0, so and you're at state A, do we detect anything yet? We detect nothing, right? So we go back to state A. Now if you're at state 1, you're already detected a 1. Now if you detect a 0, let's say input is 0, then what will happen? You're again go back to state A, right? Because you had detected single one, now you have 0, you're gone to one back to a state. You have not detected anything yet now. If you're at state C, that is you have detected two ones. If you have detected two ones, then you get a 0. You have 1, 1, and 0. Now your whole sequence is ruined. You have not detected anything yet. So you go back to A. Similarly with D, after you detected 1, 1, 1, if 0 comes, you go back to here. But if you are at state D and you detect a 1, now here comes the overlapping or non-overlapping. So since this is an overlapping, you have 1, 1, 1, then you detect another 1, it will remain at D state 1. Okay. So according to me, this should be the diagram. Do we have anything matching to this? Uh, okay. So anybody else has got any other answer? Maybe I will zoom in if you want to see the options. So one thing, like, to eliminate the options, is one thing is clear, that whenever we get a 0, all our sequence is lost. We will have to go back to initial state. So getting 0 and staying there, this is incorrect. And if you get 0 going to B instead of A, that is also incorrect. B means you have detected a single one. So this is incorrect, and similarly this one is also incorrect. When you got 0, it's going to be. So these two are our options. And in this one, when you get a 1, it is going here. In this one, when you get a 1, it is going here. Okay, so I feel this is the answer. And the option could be wrong, but I'll recheck this one. Anyways, is there any doubt how I have drawn this? Or do you think if I have done any step incorrect, you can also mention? Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you get another one after 111, you get another one as input. You're still getting your output, right? It is still detecting the sequence. That is what the whole overlapping thing we were discussing. So according to me, it should remain at D, where you're still detecting your sequence. If you keep on getting ones, right, in input 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, let's say your output will be what, 0 0, it will still remain 1 1, like this, right? So if you are keep getting ones after detecting three ones, it should remain here. If your state is after this 1 1 0, or like this, 1 1 0. Okay, so you have detected here 1, here will be 1, here will be 1, then it will be 0 again. Yes, this is what we did here, right? We have done the same thing here, right? Whenever we got three ones, we write 1. If a 0 comes, we write 0. Then we keep writing 0, not until again we have three ones. Okay, Nishant, is it clear to you? Okay. So I feel the options could be wrong, but I will recheck this. Okay. Next question is, consider the following circuit diagram. Sorry. Consider the following circuit diagram. Generate a state table for the sequential circuit, and based on it, answer the following questions. Give me a minute. Yeah. So, uh, yeah, only A and B. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Zamura machine. Okay, so the question is, you have to answer the following. If the present state is AB equals to 1, 0, so let us write it. A is 1, B is 0, and input X is 1. Then which of the following is true? So we have to tell the next state and the output. Okay, so toggle flip-flop, T flip-flop is, if you remember, whenever input is 1, output is equals to, you can write Q plus equals to Q bar. Output is the complement of the previous state whenever input is 1. This is a T flip-flop, right? Toggle flip-flop. Okay, so here it is 1, here this 0 goes here, 0, this 1 goes here, 1, this is 0, so this is 0, 1 and 0 or will be 1, 1 and 0 and will be 0. Okay, so when the next clock hits, what will happen? This state will remain as 1, this state will change from 1, 0 to 1, right? So your next state AB will be 1, 1. And output is 1 and 1 output is, this is what, 0. So we have to XOR the previous states here. That's what we were doing in the first question also, right? D is the option, D. No, so basically your present state is still this. This is the present state. Your output will change after you have moved to the next state. So like if when we draw a diagram, let's say your state A and B, or we can write, let's say if there is any transition 1 and 0. So irrespective of this state, we know, no, next state is 1, 1. This is the next state, right? अभी यही तो एनालाइज किया ना हमने. So your input was 1, your present state is 1 and 0. This is present state, right? We have to tell first कि next state क्या होगा. Next state, and we have to tell the output. Output is the current output. 1 and so current output will be 1 and 0. Present state का XOR, that is 1, and next state will be this 1 and 1. वो कहाँ से आया? That we have analyzed, right? This is 1, 0. This is 1, 0. When the next clock cycle hits, ये 1 ही रहेगा because there is no change. This is toggle flip flop. This 1 will change this 0 to 1. So next state will be 1, 1. Your present output is still 1. क्लियर हो रहा है जीवन? हाँ मैं समझ रहा हूँ उसमें। अच्छा 1 मिनट दो, मैं चेक करता हूँ उसको। मैं इसको देखता हूँ, तब तक व्हाट यू गाइस डू, यू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन। या तब तक ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस, मैं आई लुक एट द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन। Okay, so इसका आंसर मिला. Do we have an answer for this? Yes. So basically, if you look, one कहाँ पे है? So one is here. Output में one is here, here and here. So how you will reach here? 1, 1, 0. So 1, 1, 0 is your one option. Next, if you look at this one, 1, 0, 1. So 1, 0, 1 is another. Third one is 1, 0, 0. Right? 1, 0, 0. Then you get 1. 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 and 1, 0, 1. Is it clear, Nishan? Okay. So, okay, let's try this also. Write down the expression for the output. So, this is the diagram. Let me copy it. So, output निकालने के लिए what you can do is make a state table. Present state, next state, and output. So maybe x equals to 0, x equals to 1, x equals to 0, x equals to 1. We have 4 states. A, B, C and D. If x equals to 0, next state remains at A. If x equals to 1, next state is B. Output is in both 0 and 0. Now if you are at B, if x equals to 0, next state is C and output, and if x equal to 1, next state is D. So it is C and D. Output in both is still 0 and 0. Now if you are at C, if you get 0, next state is A, output is 1. If you get 1, next state is B, output is 1. A and B, output is 1 and 1. When you are at D, if you get 0, next state is C, output is 1. When you get 1, next state is D, output is 0. C, D, output is 1 and 0. Okay. So we have to write the output, right? So do not look at, maybe should hide this. इसको नहीं देखना. Always write output in terms of present state and the inputs. What we can try maybe is 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. We name these states like this maybe. A bar, A bar what? Hmm. If we take x common, how we will get A bar x plus B bar x? A B bar. So it will become x. Yeah. Okay. No, this option is not there. Yeah, Jiban, can you tell how did you arrive at this? Okay, so what did you draw in K-map? Okay, yes. I'm not getting it. How are you encoding A, B, C, and D? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay. Okay, so maybe we can write the whole table, then we can get the answer. So let us write A, B, C. No, we can write 0, 0. This is X output 0, 1. This is state A. Similarly, B. Let me write it smaller. This is correct, right? C, no matter the input, output is 1. Okay. Okay, then what you did? You made the K map. It states 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. Okay, this 0 1 3 2 4 5 7 6. So we have 0 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 7 are 1. 4 5 and 7 are 1. 0. Okay. Yeah, sorry, 4 5 and 6. This is 1, this is 1. Okay, so 4 and 5 is what? Okay, so we have formed groups. Then what? How did you get A, B? Okay. This is correct, na? A bar x plus B bar x. Okay. Let me check 1 minute. So according to the solution, answer is option E. Uh, this one. But I am also not getting this one. क्या? Okay. So A पे तो like both the sides we have output 0, right? A here is 0, here is 0. So A will have 0 only. B B also, this is also 0, this is also 0. So B is also 0. Option C, this is 1 and this is also 1. So both are 1. D में what we have is when x is 0, output is 1, x is 1, output is 0. 1 0. यही बनाया था क्या? These are the input. X equal to 0 and 1 are the input, right? What do you mean by next state? These are the inputs. After these inputs, we go to the next states. These are the next states. Yes. Okay. Uh, देखते हैं इसमें. So okay. So I think we have done one mistake here. ये we have written it incorrectly. Sorry. Actually no. So this you can some. Yeah, MSB and LSB is wrong. This is I1. These are the two inputs. Like you can consider these are two variables. We define all the states. Nishan. So we have four states, but these two variables are sufficient to encode these four states. That is why we have these two variables for states and one variable for the input. So we need only three variable K map. So what we have done wrong here is we have taken the incorrect A, B and C. It should be A bar A, B bar X bar, B, B X, B X bar. Okay, so it should be plus, this is what, X bar, AX bar, right? Yeah, this is what, yeah, it's correct. Yeah. Okay, Nishant, are you getting this? Yeah, so we were actually taking incorrect variables here and here, so that is why we are not getting the answer. We have, okay, so I have written it A, you can write I1, I2, whatever. So I was not trying to write A and B because they have written A, B here also. This is not about very good choice for variables, but since they have given in terms of A and B, we have to stick to that. So that is why there was confusion why there are two variables or four variables. Okay, so anyways, so I hope this one is correct. So now, Jiban, you have already answered your own question, right? We are while writing output. we are only looking at the present state, uh, right? So if we make a similar table for this question, let us try to make the table, so it will become more clear. So let us make the table. Present state, input x, this is not of x, then flip-flop outputs t of a, t of b, next state. Okay, maybe I keep it here. And output, this is y. Next state is a plus, b plus, a, b, x, x bar. This is basically flip-flop inputs. Okay, so how to draw this? Okay, let's say we start from again 0 0. Let us remove everything. You start from 0 0. Input you also take 0, so x bar will be 1. You started from 0 0. Input is 0, this is 1. So here this is 1, this is 1, and this is 0, this is 0. So this is will be 0, this will be 1. So input to flip-flop A, this is flip-flop A, this is flip-flop B. Input to flip-flop A is 0, input to flip-flop B is 1. So input to flip-flop A is 0, input to flip-flop B is 1. What will be next state? Next state of flip-flop, this will remain as 0, this will change to 1. This is 0, this will change to 1. Now output, again we are writing for the present state. So this just tells you, okay, so this will become more clear in a second. So let me just write. So output will be, this is XOR gate, so output will be 0, right? So abhi we will do same thing, same analysis for input 1. But what does this tell me? This tells me ki what will be in a next state, right? So yes, yes, I'll write down. This we have to check. Okay, let us write the formula. TA क्या है? TA is, this is TA, right? This is X and B. XB. TB is, this is TB. This is, this is एक्स बार प्लस ए। तो एक एक करके लिखते हैं। सो जहाँ पे भी वन होगा वी कैन राइट टी बी डायरेक्टली वन, राइट? सो this will be 0, this tb, this will be 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1। tb सॉर्ट हो गया। TA के लिए वी हैव x इंटू बी, सो इन दोनों कॉलम्स का एंड सो ओनली दिस स्टेट एंड दिस स्टेट विल बी 1, रेस्ट ऑल आर 0। सो क्या या TA निकाल रहे हैं? या tb is completed, t x bar is, which one is wrong? This is x bar plus a, this is x into b। Why output always 1? Sorry. X bar 0 equal to 1, what do you mean? X की बात नहीं कर रहा है ना, we are not talking, this is not x plus a, this is x bar plus a। x bar की value you know, x bar is another variable, let's call it c, c plus a। yeah, okay, so xb के लिए we have to do इन दोनों का AND, so this one will be 1 and this one will be 1, so this is 1 and this is 1, rest all are 0। अब toggle कब होगा? whenever there is input is 1, the flip flop will toggle। so let's talk about the first one। इसके लिए you look at this and this, right? so जब तक 0 है whatever the state it is it will remain, so 0 0 now 1 1 आ गया, oh sorry, yeah 1 आया तो it will be 1, then it will remain 1 till last, here it will be 0 again। similarly b के लिए पहला इस टॉगल हो गया, दूसरा will remain at 0, third one will toggle, fourth one will remain as it is, fifth one is toggle, sixth one is also toggle, seventh one is also toggle, eighth one is also toggle। yes, yes, this column and this column। तो बेसिकली whenever जहाँ पे जब भी 1 आएगा you change this state from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0 whenever there is 1 in this row, you flip, b will be b bar। okay, output is what? a XOR b। 0 1 1 1 1 0 0। so this state table is clear? yes, again bhai, we are looking at this output is of present state। अभी यही किया ना हमने. You remember in the last question? Diagram, this is the diagram. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Nishan. We are okay for writing. So basically, A plus and what are A plus and B plus? A plus and B plus are the, yeah, next states of the flip flops, right? So since this is a toggle flip flop, it will change whenever there will be one at the input. The output will either go from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, right? So for writing the next state of flip flop A, we will need to look at the previous state, this is the present state, and the input to the flip flop TA. This is the input to, these are flip flop inputs. So whenever this is 1, this will flip, right? So like here it is 1, this 1 will change to 0. Similarly for B plus. Okay, sorry, I got disconnected. Yeah, so this state table is clear, right? Okay. Now, okay, so वैसे Jivan, your point is also valid. This could have been better worded if they're asking for previous output, next output. But by default, whenever the question asks, you go for the like the present output, not the next output. Okay, Jiban. Yes. So I am saying whenever it says just output, अगर वो next output लिख रहा है, then you write that y will be 0. Else you go for y equal to 1. B नहीं B. Yeah. No, no. So yeah. So actually, yeah. The problem is it is not better worded. उसको अच्छे से it should have written clearly. But yeah, you are right. So देखो, whenever this case happens, you have that uh, forum है, तो होता है ना ask the question वाला. There you mention. So that happens देखो. It happens because अब जो क्वेश्चन बना रहा है उसके, उसने कैसा वर्ड किया, उसके माइंडसेट में जो सोल्यूशन है, सो उसके लिए दिट इज़ नॉट लाइक, तुम ऐसा मत सोचो लाइक डोंट बी सो डिसहार्टेंड किया कहते हैं वो जो बोलेगा वही होगा. यू हैव दैट फोरम एंड क्वेश्चन आंसर चेंज होते हैं, सारे नहीं होते हैं, बट wherever they feel that wherever their team feels like okay you are correct, you are able to explain your point to them, then they will change the answers, right? आई थिंक देखो एग्जाम बहुत ज़्यादा स्क्रूटनाइज होगा इससे, बिकॉज दिस इज असाइनमेंट, मे बी सम टीए इज मेकिंग द असाइनमेंट, आई डोंट नो हु इज मेकिंग द असाइनमेंट, बट एग्जाम इज एग्जाम विल बी लाइक एग्जाम, सो वो बहुत ज़्यादा स्क्रूटनाइज होगा. सो एंड आई थिंक तुम्हें एग्जाम देने के बाद यू विल गेट सम चांस लाइक टू contest, maybe if they give you the answer key, you will get some chance to contest कि हाँ नहीं ये गलत है ये सही है. सो आई थिंक इतना स्ट्रेस मत लो. देखो अब तुम्हारा काम ये नहीं है कि तुम्हें एग्जाम में टॉप करना है. योर वर्क इज यू नीड टू लर्न द सब्जेक्ट, राइट? सो एक एग्जाम से इट डज नॉट मैटर, योर फ्यूचर वॉन्ट चेंज. अगर तुम्हें अगर 100 में से 5 नंबर कट गए इनकी गलती की वजह से, सो इट वॉन्ट मैटर टू यू, इट डज नॉट मैटर. सो योर जॉब इज यू आर लर्निंग द कॉन्सेप्ट, यू आर एबल टू imply those concepts wherever you go ahead. अगर तुम किसी इंडस्ट्री में जा रहे हो, यू नो व्हाट इज मील मशीन, व्हाट इज मूर मशीन. इट डज नॉट मैटर एनपीटीएल में असाइनमेंट में क्या लिखा है. ओके, फाइनल एग्जाम कितने मार्क्स का था? 75 में से. अच्छा अब तुम बताओ, लेट से उनके कितने क्वेश्चन, 10 क्वेश्चन गलत होंगे. वाई आर यू गेटिंग 26 मार्क्स? अगर तुम वही तो, दैट इज कि ओके, उनकी ठीक है, उनका बफर है कि ठीक है वो गलती करेंगे, बट अगर सब्जेक्ट वीक है देन यू कैन नॉट ब्लेम देम, राइट? या तो एनलॉग का कौन सा कोर्स था? विच वन? आईआईटी दिल्ली, आईआईटी खड़गपुर, बहुत सारे होते हैं ना. ओके. ओके. सो आई थिंक ओके, सो 2-3 क्वेश्चन बचे हैं विच आर बेस्ड ऑन दिस टेबल ओनली, सो उनको भी कर लेते हैं एक बार. इफ प्रेजेंट स्टेट इज 1 1, इनपुट इज 1, सो प्रेजेंट स्टेट दिस इज 1 1, इनपुट इज 1, so next state is 0 0, output is 0. So option A, right? Present state is 1 1, input is 1. Next state is 0 0, output is 0. Present state is 0 1. Yes. See this one. Output is 1. Yeah, okay. Input is 1, output is 0. Next state is 0 0. ये है ना टेबल. 1 1, input 1. Next state is 0 0, output is 0. Next one, AB is 0 1, input is 0. So AB is 0 1, input is 0. Next state 0 0, output is 1. So 0 0 and 1 is answer. So 0 0 and 1. अगला, present state is 0 0, input is 1. Present state is 0 0, input is 1. Again 0 0 and 0. This हो गया. Yes. क्या क्वेश्चन है बताओ? ज़ीरो 1 1 1. स्टेट डायग्राम बनाना है. ओके. कैसे बनाना है, मीले और मूर? मीले बनाते हैं, ठीक है। S0, S1, S2, S3. Okay, just a minute, sorry. Yeah, okay. So 4 स्टेट लेते हैं, मीले बनाना है तो। देन okay, so how we can write this is S1 is, let's say, detecting, नीचे लिखते हैं, S1, S2, S3, S4, detecting 0, detecting 0 1, अच्छा 0 क्या लिख दिया मैंने, it is S0 S1, S0 S1, S2 detecting 0 1 1, S3 detecting 0 1 1 1. ओके, ठीक है। एक गड़बड़ कर दिया, वन इज इनिशियल। ओके, सो लेट्स से 0 आएगा इनपुट, आउटपुट इज 0, यू गो टू S1, S1 में देन 1 आएगा अगर नेक्स्ट, तो यू गो टू H2, 1 0, देन नहीं, so we will have to change the state, so it will not work like this. S1 will be 0, S2 will be 0 1, S3 will be 0 1 1. हाँ, ये लिखा था ना, बट बट इट विल स्टिल नॉट सॉल्व योर पर्पस, बिकॉज इसके बाद अगर एक 1 आएगा, सो हु विल डिटेक्ट इट? दैट इज व्हाट यू वांट टू डिटेक्ट, राइट? You have to detect 0 1 1, right? जी भाई, या Okay. So what we can do is we can write S3 detects 1 1. Then it will work. How it will work? Let's see. 1 1. This will be 0 0 0 0 0 0. ओके, अब देखते हैं कैसे काम करता है. ठीक है, S0 इज इनिशियल. S1 विल डिटेक्ट एक ज़ीरो आएगा तो ठीक है, तो एक ज़ीरो आएगा अगर. ओके, देन वी दिस वी कैन चेंज. एक ज़ीरो आएगा तो यहाँ पे जाएगा 0 0 0 0. अब अगर हम इसको अंडरस्टैंड करने का ट्राई करें तो क्या किया. इनिशियल हमने लेट से कहीं से भी स्टार्ट किया. इनिशियली अगर ओके, सो एक चीज़ रह गई. 1 0. इनिशियली अगर हमें ज़ीरो आया तो हम गए S1 पे, राइट. तो हम गए S1 पे. अब हमें एक और 1 आया तो हम गए S2 पे. इससे अब अगर हमें एक और ज़ीरो आ गया तो हम वापस S1 पे चले जाएंगे क्योंकि ये ज़ीरो डिटेक्ट कर रहा है, राइट. खाली एक सिंगल ज़ीरो डिटेक्ट कर रहा है और हम वापस अपने सीक्वेंस के स्टार्ट पे पहुंच जाएंगे. लेकिन अगर यहाँ पे अभी तक हम ज़ीरो और 1 डिटेक्ट कर चुके हैं S2 पे आके, अगर एक और 1 आ गया तो ये 1 1 डिटेक्ट होगा एंड वी विल गो टू S3, राइट. सो अभी तक हमने 0 1 1 डिटेक्ट कर लिया S3 पे. अगर एक और 1 आता है देन आवर सीक्वेंस विल बी कंप्लीट. देन सो अगर ये इट्स 0 1 1 तो यहाँ पे डिटेक्ट हो चुका है. S3 1 1 डिटेक्ट करता है तो प्रीवियस 0 1 1 था. सो वी हैड S3 पे करेंटली 0 1 1 था. एक और 1 आता है तो फिर से this S3 will get triggered. So you will come back to S3 and your output but will become 1. So your whole sequence is detected 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 and 1. बट लेट्स से आप किसी भी स्टेज में जीरो आता है तो कहीं पे भी जीरो आता है तो वी विल गो बैक टू S1 बिकॉज S1 इज डायरेक्टिंग टू जीरो. दैट मीन्स हम वापस अपने सीक्वेंस के फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे पहुंच जा रहे हैं. सो फ्रॉम एनी वेयर इफ वी गेट जीरो एज इनपुट वी विल गो टू S1, राइट. ओ आई थिंक दिस इज द कंप्लीट सीक्वेंस डिटेक्टर. कोई डाउट है क्या इसमें? 1 1 0 क्यों डिटेक्ट होगा? 1 1 डिटेक्ट कर रहा हूँ ना मैं, तो दैट्स ओके. So last bit 1 करने, do you want me to make another state as 4? Okay, let's make a copy of this. Sorry. ठीक है, मैंने 0 1 1 यहाँ पे लिख दिया। अब क्या करें? लेट मी रिमूव द कनेक्शंस। हाँ, अब क्या करें? ओके। हाँ। यस। हाँ। So you want like this 1 1. So that is the, yeah, so that is the problem, right? So अगर अगर ये स्टेट, अगर तुम यहाँ पे 1 1 करते हो, दैट मीन्स दिस स्टेट डिटेक्ट 0 1 1 1, राइट? बट दिस इज योर इनिशियल स्टेट, इट डज नॉट डिटेक्ट एनीथिंग। तुम यहाँ से स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, सो अगर 1 0 होगा, देन तुम्हारा आउटपुट कहीं पे 1 हो ही नहीं रहा है पूरे स्टेट डायग्राम में। नहीं तो ओके, रीस्टार्ट करेगा तो फिर 1 कब होगा? मतलब इट विल नेवर डिटेक्ट योर सीक्वेंस, दैट मीन्स दिस इज नॉट योर सीक्वेंस डिटेक्टर, राइट? तो एक बार इसको एनालाइज करो। सो ऐसी कोई स्टेट है जिसमें ये फेल करेगा? हाँ। क्यों नहीं होगा? क्या क्या? सो देखो, मेरे अकॉर्डिंग आई डोंट, दिस इज योर चॉइस, एग्जैक्ट टोटली योर चॉइस कि तुम इसको क्या लेना चाहते हो। इट डज नॉट नेसेसरीली मीन कि इसको 3 बिट डिटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी। ठीक है, मैं इसका कोई और अल्टरनेटिव सोल्यूशन भी सोचता हूँ, और आई ईमेल बोथ जीवन एंड निशान। आई हैव बोथ योर ईमेल्स। यस। हाँ हाँ, ठीक है, ओके। ठीक है, ओके ओके, हाँ मैं बता दूँ। ओके, ठीक है, मैं देखता हूँ। हाँ, ओके, थैंक यू। या काम नहीं कर रहे, दे आर नॉट टीचिंग, मतलब दे आर नॉट टेकिंग क्लासेस। So maybe I don't know. Maybe they those TAs have dropped the course or something. So that I do not know. But yeah, that I do not know exactly. I do not attend other people's classes. But I think there was one more guy taking classes. वो जो शीट आती है जिसमें लिंक्स वगैरह डालते हैं उसमें एक और बंदा भी तो भरता है ना। Sorry, I have uploaded all the videos, whatever I have taught. The other teacher has not uploaded. He has uploaded another subject. Okay. So you complained regarding it to in your in your forum, उसमें लिखो कि क्या कहते हैं they are uploading old videos and not taking the live session। नहीं हमको देखो, देखो हमको ईमेल आया था। सो ईमेल वाज रिगार्डिंग कि हम लोग क्लास ले रहे हैं या नहीं ले रहे हैं। सो आई सेड आई एम टेकिंग द क्लासेस। बाकी लोगों ने क्या रिप्लाई किया आई डोंट नो। बट उसमें खाली एक ही बंदे का था बिकॉज एक बंदे ने वो फिल नहीं किया था एक भी वो गूगल शीट में, तो उसको ही बोला था। तो ये आई डोंट थिंक ये